Sarah loved Salem. Fluffy black and with eyes like emeralds, Salem was the perfect cat. Or so Sarah thought. Every morning, Salem would rub against Sarah's legs, purring. She thought it was affection. Little did she know it was a ploy for breakfast. "You're such a love bug," Sarah cooed, scratching behind Salem's ears. Salem purred louder, her tail twitching. "Breakfast time!" Sarah rushed through her morning routine. Salem helped, weaving between her legs. "Gotta run, sweetie," Sarah kissed Salem's head. "Be good!" The moment the door clicked shut, Salem's demeanor changed. Gone was the sweet, cuddly pet. In her place stood a cunning mastermind. Salem stalked to the window. A low meow escaped her throat, a signal only certain ears could hear. On the fence across the street, a one-eared tabby acknowledged the call. The game was afoot. The tabby, known as Patches, was Salem's lieutenant. He controlled the North Territory, a haven for stray cats. Patches was tough, loyal, and always delivered his share of the goods. Salem's empire was built on catnip. She controlled the flow of this intoxicating herb throughout the city. Stray cats, house cats, even the occasional pampered Persian, all answered to her. The operation was simple. Patches and his crew collected catnip from gardens and parks. They delivered it to Salem, who then distributed it through a network of feline dealers. But lately, things had been getting tense. A rival gang, led by a hulking Maine Coon named Brutus, was muscling in on Salem's territory. Brutus played dirty. He wasn't afraid to resort to violence. Section 4. Whiskers and Whispers. In the shadowy corners of the city, where the whispers of the night carried secrets, a silent war was brewing. Salem knew she needed to act fast. The stakes were higher than ever, and hesitation could mean disaster. She called a meeting of her lieutenants, the most trusted cats in her crew. The air crackled with tension as the cats gathered in the alley behind Sarah's apartment. Every whisker twitched with anticipation. "Brutus is getting bolder," hissed Shadow, a sleek Siamese with piercing blue eyes. His audacity was growing by the day. "He's been threatening our dealers, and it's only a matter of time before he makes a move on our territory." Salem listened intently, her tail whipping back and forth. She had a plan, one that could change everything. "We need to hit him where it hurts," she declared. "Hit his stash. It's the only way to send a clear message." The cats exchanged nervous glances. The plan was bold, but the risk was undeniable. Attacking Brutus's stash was risky. It could lead to an all-out war, but they had no choice. But they knew Salem was right. They had to act now or lose everything they had fought for. It was time to teach Brutus a lesson. The fate of their territory depended on it. Section 5. 9 Lives on the Line. The raid was set for the following night. The tension was palpable as the cats prepared for what could be their most dangerous mission yet. Salem had chosen her team carefully, knowing that every cat had a crucial role to play. Patches, loyal and strong, would lead the charge. His bravery was unmatched, and his strength was a beacon for the others. Shadow, agile and stealthy, would scout ahead. His ability to move unseen was vital for the mission's success. As the clock ticked past midnight, the cats assembled. Each one knew the risks, but their resolve was unshakable. Their eyes gleamed with a mixture of fear and determination. They were ready to face whatever came their way. Tonight, they fought for their turf, for their freedom, for their catnip. This was more than just a raid. It was a fight for their very way of life. The air was thick with the scent of decay as they approached Brutus's hideout, a dilapidated shed behind a bar. The place reeked of danger and past battles. Salem watched from the shadows, her heart pounding in her chest. She knew that the outcome of this night would change everything. Section 6. Home Sweet Home. Just as Patches and his team were about to storm the shed, a sound pierced the night. It was a sound they all dreaded, a sound that meant trouble. A key rattling in a lock, echoing through the stillness. The unmistakable sound of Sarah coming home. Salem's blood ran cold. She knew what this meant. If Sarah found out about her double life, it would be the end of her catnip empire. The secret stash would be discovered, and everything would be ruined. She had to act fast. There was no time to waste. "Abort! Abort!" she hissed, her voice barely a whisper, but filled with urgency. The cats scattered just as Sarah's porch light flickered on, illuminating the yard. Salem raced ahead, slipping through the cat flap just seconds before Sarah stepped inside. She could feel her heart pounding in her chest, knowing how close they had come to being caught. Section 7. All's well that ends well. There you are, my little snugglebug. Always finding the coziest spots, Sarah scooped Salem up, burying her face in her soft fur. Salem purred, her heart still racing from the night's events. That was a close one, she thought. Exhausted from her night of crime-fighting adventures, Salem snuggled into Sarah's arms. Tomorrow was another day. And Brutus? He'd have to wait. For now, it was time for sleep and dreams. The battle might be postponed, but the war was far from over. Salem, the Catnip Queen, would be ready for whatever came next.